Hey folks, yeah, it's been a bit. Welcome back to Campbell Off Grid. It's been a few months. Been a busy year, good and bad. But yeah, we're back online. Carolyn, Moose, and out. Enjoying a gorgeous day on the shores of Lake Huron in the middle of, well, early January.
There's no wind, which is nice.
Yes. Yep. Pretty strong easterlies yesterday blowing in off the lake, creating some sideways snow conditions. Fresh little dusting of probably about 5 to 10 centimeters, not even 6, maybe 7 centimeters. Not a lot's changed to the camp since last video. Storing a little bit of wood on the deck. Nice to be able to open the door and reach out and grab some wood and not have to trek out to the woodshed. Yeah, so this year we're going to put a mudroom on this side of the camp. So right where it says "We Are Canadian," the roof line will start there and it'll come out 12 feet, about 14 feet wide. We'll have a 6-foot opening going from one camp into the next. That door will be removed. A window identical to the one beside it will be installed. And then a deck where the truck is pretty well, it comes right out. One thing we noticed is it's quite a bit of room in the camp. It's 22 by 24 with a half loft, so we do have some good living space. But especially this time of year and in the muddy seasons, what we miss is just having a room that we can go into and you know, you take your boots off, you take your clothes off. We're going to put a wood stove in there so that we can dry out our clothes. And it's nice we'll get some premium flooring put into the main part of the camp because it'll be separate, and we'll be able to have a really clean part and a mudroom, which is the plan. So, and over here, still milling wood for the pole barn, which I had planned on getting it erected in 2023. It'll still go up in 2024, but that's okay. That's okay. We got lots done this year, just not necessarily at camp. Right, Moose? Yep. Oh, yes, it is pretty. It's very pretty.
Except we're missing the deer tracks.
Yeah, the deer have vacated the property. It's really funny. The hunting season, we did hunt in 23. Come up with Curtis and my son and my father-in-law, and we hunted and my buddy Ron and his son. We did hunt for a week. But yeah, it was watching blue jays and squirrels going rampant and eating our feed is essentially what it was. Which still isn't bad, no complaints, but yeah, it just wasn't a very productive year for getting venison in the freezer. That's okay. We still had shared a few beverages and had a few laughs, which is more about what it is for me anyway. Yes, it's nice to have a couple of deer steaks. Taking a cruise to the backside of the property. We did do quite a bit of work here last year. Yeah. When we were up. So now we have tractor access to the first deer stand. And it's primarily because yanking logs out of here, bounced on the bottom of the quad off of rocks, just narrowly making it through trees. Not fun. So we did do a lot of work back here this year to make sure that we had some room to maneuver, which is good. So yeah, it wasn't that we didn't come up to camp this year, it's just that, yeah, focuses were on other stuff. And then when we got up here, shame on me not wanting to take out the cams and just coming up here to relax and really enjoy what this place is all about. Disconnect the brain. That's squirrel. Squirrel bounced from tree to tree. Carolyn was desperately looking for deer sign. Mind you, now that we got a bit of snow, if it stays, it really helps the deer coming into this area, because they typically stay around here in the dead of winter because they have water at the south shoreline. It's the warmest part of the island, and yeah, I don't know why, but they herd in this area for most of winter. I'll share some footage in this video. It's not great footage, but I'll share some footage in this video of 6 or 7 deer coming in just to pay Moose and I a visit last winter. Now there are 2 behind the van. That's 4. So, made a pond. Can't really see it right now, but we dug a 7-foot hole by that size just as an experiment, because this area here is a bit of a bog, a bit of a cedar bog, and wanted to see how much water would collect here just as an experiment. And guess what? It's full. As you can see, the ice is right up to the top. So probably expand it, make it more of a little bit of a pond. Maybe I can make it big enough we can make a skating rink next winter. Play some hockey. Hockey on the camp built off grid. Right deer. Oh, I'm getting more snow down back in my neck. Watch your footing. Maybe I should take that tree down sometime. It's pretty perforated. Yeah, this summer, to give you a little context around what we got all busy about, my dad passed, which I shared in previous videos, and then we sold my mom's house and we moved her in with us, and I think I captured that in one of the previous videos as well. And then of course it was getting her all of her lifelong belongings packed up and moved over to our place and organized, and then on top of that I changed jobs, so I went from the training department into the safety department. So that was a bit of a growth spell for me, and it took a bit of time. Try to make excuses for the reason why there's no other videos. We could have probably snapped a couple in the last little bit, but we should be getting back into the routine now. Right, Moose? I think everybody's missed you, Moose. Hey? He's doing good. Moose is rocking it. Gave him a haircut last week. 5 hours. I think I'm going to spend 120 bucks and start bringing him into a groomer. Wow. I don't know. His patience and my patience were pretty well exhausted by the time he was cooked up. But he looks okay, eh? I think he does. My son's stand we call this the double decker. This is the first stand we built on the property. As you can see, not a lot of deer sign. My food plot backfired. I did the exact opposite. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Gonna go around this trail.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Turning around. Save myself.
I thought you were doing the same thing as the deer, leaving me. Just write a song. That's a good country song. The deer and the deer. No, that's pretty bad. Please excuse the sniffling. It is a little chilly.
Hold up here.
So right along here's the other property line. Well, so my easterly property line. And going to, you can see one of my marks in the tree. Going to open this up and then create a trail that goes up the east side of the property. And that was another one of the reasons why we were a little busy this year. My first grandson was born. Sorry, our first grandson was born, Jude. And yeah, he was actually born how many days before Dad passed?
3.
3, yeah. So unfortunately Dad didn't get to meet Jude, but I'm sure he's looking down on him now with a big smile on his face. And yeah, we've been doing lots of grandparenting, which is a lot of fun. Nice to be able to play with a youngster and then hand off when he gets to the rowdy stage or the cranky stage. He's awesome. Don't tell his parents I said that. But he's a cute little gaffer. the goal is someday to, once we're close to retirement, once we're retired, to spend months at a time up here rather than weekends at a time and holidays. It's coming. It's coming. We'll get there. Love this stump.
Yeah.
I don't know how that tree's even alive, but it's very healthy. Manitoulin. Definitely a different ecosystem than back home in the Nickelbelt.